Hey, this is Ramon, Channels Alpha 4, and this is Catholic Reads of the Quran. And today we are doing Surah 3, Ara 182 through Ara 199. And I'm going to begin with some commentary from the Harper 1, which I thought was beautiful. This is from commentary on 181 through 182. And here we go. On sin. Whoever is present but deplores it is like one who was absent from it. But one whosoever is absent from it but approves it is like one who is present. And I thought that was a beautiful commentary on sin and on the problem of sin. So I thought that was just absolutely beautiful. My next note is on Ara 185, and I have here as a quote, "And the life of this world is not but the enjoyment of delusion." And my note here is that that is a very strong statement. From Ara 186, you get an idea of the commentary of the Quran on how Muslims feel about anyone who's not one of them. They think that non-believers will hurt them, and they fear disbelievers, specifically pagans and idolaters. So, in the greater context of today, and even history of the last, let's say, 100, 200 years, you can understand their actions as nations and as larger communities a little bit better when you look at it from this point of view. I'm not saying it justifies anything. I'm just saying you can see their perspective when this is how they are taught to see the world. From 187, R187, they think we are hiding, we meaning people of the book, hiding prophecies and revelations concerning the coming of the prophet, and they think that we are hiding references to him in our books, which we are not. Okay, short version. The Bible, whether it's New Testament or Old Testament, Torah, Tanakh, or Gospels are the epistles, were first passed orally, then they were written down, and then they were codified in what's called canon. Every version that exists is still available, and you can see the different interpretations. And because it is translated into so many languages, you can get different translations of different interpretations. But as someone who has read many, many, many versions, they all say roughly the same thing. There's very little differences between them, between the translations. And I'm currently reading between two different languages, and even between languages, the Bible say roughly the same thing. So we are not hiding anything. And the Catholic Church kept control of the Bible translations for exactly this concern up until the Protestant Reformation. After the Protestant Reformation, Protestants started translating the Bible, what the Catholic Church would say would be willy-nilly. And after that happened, that's how more translations got put out there. But for Catholics, which is what I am, there's a little thing called the Imperator that says that this is an official translation and that it matches the manuscripts that the Vatican holds, and the Vatican holds some of the oldest manuscripts and versions of the Bible, whether in Hebrew, Aramaic, or Greek or Latin, in the world. Okay? So, short version. All right. continuing on. Ara 188 makes it very clear to anyone who's not a Muslim and not Islamic that this is not a passive but an active religion. One must not only recite but also reflect or meditate on what they have read and said. So this is not kind of the once saved, always saved idea of some Protestant religions. This is an active, and some might even say proactive, theology and religion, Islam. Okay, now, then we skip to Ara 195, which is in this same vein of active faith. Male and female work counts toward grace. So, even though there are other lines in the Quran that can reflect negatively on females, here, unlike, say, the epistles of Paul, females have equal count toward grace. So that's actually a very progressive thing in the Quran. Okay, 199. Again, the Quran opens the door for the possibility of good, God-fearing Christians who truly believe and submit to God's will. Now, later on, it'll be a little bit more difficult to find lines like this, but at least here, the surahs I have read up till now do put the possibility forward that Christians and Hebrews, people of the book, can be good, God-fearing people. Okay. All right, since that was the end of the chapter, I would like to do a summary of my thoughts on this surah. This surah also has a lot of rich content. It possesses a recognition of human suffering, that life is suffering, and that all living things must die, or that all living things do die. There is a discussion of the seeming unfairness of evil, of punishment and reward. It puts temporary pleasure against everlasting reward. Now, there is some dangerous speak there. There's ideas that can spring from that wellspring that can lead to scary and dark places. But there's also, from that same spring can come forth hope. So there's some beauty here, there is some complexity. So that's at the ending of Surah 3. So I might actually read R99 to you. Okay, by the way, I did buy another Quran, and I did get some hadiths. All right, so I'm going to read right now from the one that I just bought, from Surah 3. I'm going to read our 197 to 200. Okay. A brief enjoyment, then their abode is hell, and hell is the resting place. But those who keep their duty to their Lord, for them are gardens, and to abide therein, an entertainment from their Lord, and that which Allah has in store for the righteous is best. And for the people of the book, there are those who believe in Allah, and in that which has been revealed to you, and in that which has been revealed to them, humbling themselves before Allah. They take not a small price for the messages of Allah. This it is that have their reward with their Lord. Surely Allah is swift to take account. O you who believe, be steadfast and try to excel in steadfastness, and guard the frontiers, and keep your duty to Allah, that you may be successful. Okay, so that was that one. Let's go with the pink one. And this is the Imrans. Okay. The Lord answered them, saying, I will deny no man or woman among you the reward of their labors. You are the offspring of one another, those that fled their homes or were expelled from them, those that suffered persecution for my sake, and fought and were slain. I shall forgive them their sins and admit them to gardens watered by running streams, as a recompense from God. God dispenses the richest recompense. Do not be deceived by the fortunes of the unbelievers in the land. Their prosperity is brief. Hell shall be their home, an evil resting place. And as for those that fear their Lord, there shall be gardens watered by running streams, in which they will abide forever. And a goodly welcome from God. God's recompense is surely better for the righteous. Some there are among the people of the book who truly believe in God, and in what has been revealed to you, and what was revealed to them. They humble themselves before God, and do not sell God's revelations for a trifling price. These shall be rewarded by their Lord. Swift is God's reckoning. Believers, be patient and forbearing. Stand firm in your faith, and fear God, so that you may triumph. Okay? And then, I don't know what translation this is. Hold on. Okay, this is the Maulana Muhammad Ali translation, the Penguin translation, and now the Harper One translation. And again, I'm just giving you the ending. Okay. So their Lord answered them, I shall not let the work of any worker among you, male or female, be in vain. Each of you is like the other. So those who immigrated and were expelled from their homes, and were hurt in my way, and fought and were slain, I shall absolve them from their evil deeds, and shall make them enter gardens with rivers running below, a reward from God. And God, with him, is the most beautiful reward. Let it not delude thee that those who disbelieve are free to come and go in the land. It is a little enjoyment. Then their refuge is hell, an evil resting place. But as for those who reverence their Lord, there shall be gardens with rivers running below, abiding therein as a welcome from God. And that which is with God is better for the pious. And truly among the people of the book are those who believe in God, and that which has been sent down unto you, and that which has been sent down unto them, humble before God, not selling God's signs for a paltry price. It is they who shall have their reward with their Lord. Truly God is swift in reckoning. O you who believe, be patient, vie in patience, preserve and reverence God, that happily you may prosper. All right, next up will be Surah 4, the women, and we will get to that next time. All right, peace, like, subscribe, talk to you guys later.